What's happening, guys? We are back after 3 weeks of not being around. Back with Jody, Southeast Counties. Got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, apologies for the absence.
I'll let you tell everyone why there's been no Southeast Counties for
Uh,
3 weeks, Jody.
I don't feel like it's just me. There was one week where you were like, I'm in hotels, I can't do this, I
I
can't.
was working. Don't do that because that sounds terrible. I was
Yeah,
working.
I didn't even think about
I was working away for 1 week. So
that.
all
I
right,
was
you can have that
working.
one. But the other two, Jody's got a new addition to the family.
Yeah, I got a little puppy and he's asleep at the moment. Um, it just takes up so much time and energy and yeah, it will get better, but he's a
Like
lot.
a baby, right?
It literally is like it's literally like having a not even a newborn. Like a newborn is easier. Like literally having a toddler where you need to just like watch everywhere, everything all the time. You know, you understand.
Yeah, I've done it twice
Yeah.
with humans anyway. Right, so apologies for anyone that has scored a crap load of goals in the last 2 weeks, but we are going to rattle straight through the results for the last 2 weeks and then we'll talk more in depth, look at the league table as it stands for the weekend just gone at the 13th.
Yeah, cool.
Right, the 29th of September, Margate took on Tunbridge Angels. Tunbridge Angels getting a 2-1 win. Tunbridge Wells Foresters nil. Maidstone United, your Maidstone United 2. That's the game that I came down to.
Yep.
Um, did quickly on this one. Did this game kick off late? Because I finished doing the Tunbridge Wells reserves and then came to yours thinking with a 3 o'clock kickoff it should be like almost done because I get at half four and you're like 20 minutes still playing.
Yeah, it did actually. That just jogged my memory. There was a cup game, men's cup game before us that went to penalties.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was there. I was thinking, oh, I might not even bother going because by the time I get there, it's probably like 5 minutes. And I was like, actually, let me try anyway. And then you look playing for ages. I was like, oh, I left
What
my
do you
jacket in the
think?
car and all sorts because I was like, oh, I'm not going to need it because I'm going to be out for long. I was cold.
Was it a good game to watch?
For the last 20 minutes or so, it was. Saw a decent amount from you lot. I can see why, well, we'll get to those bits, but I can see why you're getting the results that you deserve to be getting when
Mm.
you get the results and they go your way, that is, anyway. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, so moving on from the Maidstone game, Woodcombe Sports 1, London Road 2, Leatherhead Youth 5, Epsom and Ewell nil. I just realised we're in the Surrey Prem now.
Yep. Yep.
Carshot Athletic 2, Croydon 2, Dorking Wanderers Development 2, Beechcombe Bells 1, Sutton United Reserves nil, Farnham Town 4. That was 3-0 at half time. In Kent Division 1 East, Faversham Strike Force 2, Margate Youth Development 1, Holland and Blair and Betshanger Welfare was a nil-nil draw, which is pretty much unheard of in and around. I've said that now, which they're going to be like 3 or 4 nil-nils. But Sunday League and women's football, you hardly ever hear of nil-nils. Sheffield United 4, Bay Point nil, Biddenden 3, Deal Town 12. That game was 4-2 to Deal Town at half time. So I don't know. I said we weren't going to go into it, but I don't know what happened in that game. You've got 3 players with braces and Harriet Galloway scoring 4. Yeah, I don't know what happened in the second half of that game. Elsford seconds 2, Long Lane 2. That was 2-2 at half time as well. Danson Sports 3, Gravesham nil. Tunbridge Wells Foresters seconds 2, Glebe 3. I ref this game.
Oh yeah.
It was actually a good game. Yeah, it was actually a good game. Glebe's Kaylee Cartwright was outstanding. She could have released the ball a few times, but the goals that she scored were, yeah, run through the whole team. The absolute baller. And then Charlotte Ferry 4, Tunbridge Wells scored 2.
Mm.
And Ellen Woodhouse scored a worldie of a goal, came out to her edge of the area, side foot, opposite corner over the keeper. And then there were two yellow cards for a Camilla. Um, it it's just reactions to tackles that weren't really needed. And it was like 10 minutes apart from each other. I think one of them wasn't a tackle that she thought wasn't a foul, which she thought should have been a foul. That
Mm.
she shoulder charged the player in the back off the ball, yellow card. The other one, she was caught in the face when the player was trying to shield the ball, and I was about to give her the free kick until she started pushing this other player. So I was like, I've just booked you for this. What are you doing?
It's discipline, isn't it? It's maturity because, you
Yeah,
know,
but if at the end of the game, I spoke to the managers because I was going to explain the cards to them like I normally do. Whenever I'm refereeing, I've sent someone off, I explain it. They can,
yeah,
they can agree, they can disagree, but the facts are that's what I saw, that's how I dealt with it. And the manager stopped me. He was like, "No, like fully agree with you." He's like,
yeah, I
"You're a
love
grown
Stuart.
adult," and I was
Yeah,
just like, "Fair." Like it's Stuart, isn't it? The manager over there.
yeah, Stuart. Yeah,
He straight away was like, "No, fully back you with it. She needs to learn. You just can't be
yeah,
doing that." And I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, fair."
Yeah. No, I've got a real soft spot for Tunbridge Foresters seconds. Um, I do like Glebe as well from what I've seen from them. But yeah, Stuart's great, and yeah, it's one of those things like it's the players got to learn not just from a game management point of view when you're on a yellow not to concede again, but
Just getting that yellow in the first place.
getting those yellows in the first place exactly for those reactions and want it out of the game. So yeah,
But I feel like Glebe are gonna start asking me to stop refing them because every time I ref them, they've never lost, but every time I ref them, someone gets injured to a point like the game has to stop for a while. And I think another player done a hamstring, another one done a knee. It was like, yeah, Kaylee jarred her knee. She scored her two goals and then went off injured, and then someone else got injured as well. It was yeah. Um,
ask. Sorry, I know you said we weren't going to go in depth with these games, but Charlotte, I can't remember if I trained. I don't. That doesn't ring a bell. I know pretty much all of the players. Is she? Does she stand out amongst everyone else? Was she from the first team, maybe?
no, she didn't. She didn't stand out in terms of she was head and shoulders better than anyone else, but I would say she was one of the better players in that team. So she knew what she. It was like a lot of players in general that IREF is sort of like they decide what they're going to do when they get the ball, where she seemed to already know what she wanted to do,
Yeah,
and
that's
that was the difference, really.
yeah.
But no,
That okay, fair dues.
um, Egham Town 1, Walton and Hersham 14.
Go on, Egan.
Charlotte Robson scored 5. Megan, Abigail, and Amy Boxall all got a brace. Uh, Mosey Athletic 3, Hersham nil. There's actually, I think it was this game actually, the centre back I got sent in a video, which I'll try to remember to put in. If you could write me a quick message, Jody, to remind me to put that goal in. I don't know if it was their defender or if it was I don't know, but someone lobbed the keeper. Yeah, it's actually quite ridiculous, that goal.
What team was it for?
Mosey Athletic.
Key?
Cranley 1, Ash United 2. Guildford Saints 1, Oxford and District 13. Rebecca Bays scored 5. Alexandra Russ got a brace and Kaylee Stenning got 4. Ramsgate 6, Betsanger Welfare Development nil. Courtney and Gallia with braces. Folkestone and Victor 1, Sellinge 4. Molly Lightfoot with a hat trick. Hawkinge Town 5, Lid Town 1. Beatrice Loosely with a hat trick. Mersham Sports 12, and I think we may have been right with our predictions on this team at the beginning of the season. Bay Point seconds nil. Helen Faglenian
Oh,
scored 7 goals.
wow.
Sarah Freeman and Nicola Archer got a brace each. And looks like Chelsea Faglenian, who I'm assuming may be a sister, also scored in that game as well. Herne Bay Development 7, the Plough Whitstable nil. Elena Brock, Lily Harris, and Grace Leaks all getting a brace. And weirdly, it says Emma Lundy got a yellow card, but it's under other. So I'm not sure. Maybe manager. Canterbury Eagles 6, Staplehurst Monarchs nil. A brace for Hermione Galvin. Faversham Town 1, Woodcombe Sports Development nil. And Corians nil, Barmin 9. Ellie Conover hat trick, Katie Hills and Sarah Newman with a brace. A lot of doors open and closing outside. Borough Green, my favourite Borough Green. Actually, I've got to stop saying that because I'm reffing them in a couple.
Yeah, I was just thinking against Larkfield.
Yeah, so I need to, yeah. Borough
That's
Green,
gonna be like a big game as well because they're both like in good form.
which I think Borough Green are flying at the top of the table, so that's quite a big result for Holland and Blair reserves. 1-1 at half time as well. Larkfield 8, Guru Nanak nil. Shannon Collins with a hat trick. New Ash Green 10. Tunbridge Wells Foresters thirds nil. And Anna King scored 4 goals and Macy King scored 4 goals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. Oh, I suppose there was an own goal in there somewhere. Footscray Lionesses, Euro team 14, Junior Reds 2. Harriet Sullivan 6 goals and Amy Shackelford with a hat trick. Do you know any of them?
I know all of them.
Oh, fair enough. And last but not least for this week, Sevenoaks Town Development 1 and Crayford Arrows 0. So there's some big results and big goals scored that week. On to the 6th before I was really interrupted. Tonbridge Angels 3, Kings Hill 1. So this is last week's games.
Mm-hmm.
So not yesterday, the
Yeah.
week before. Maidstone United 1, Cray Wanderers 2. There's a bit of a salty feeling, I'm going to say, towards this game, Jodie.
Yeah. I know we said we're not going to go into these
No,
games
go for it.
yet.
Keep talking, I can hear you.
Highlights are on YouTube if anyone's interested.
Hey, let's start.
Those TP. There were a lot more Maidstone chances to Cray Wanderers chances. There was some unfortunate mistakes. There was no way that result was the deserved result, and a lot of people were saying so. The Cray Wanderers fans didn't like people saying so. They didn't like Maidstone saying so on their own social media to the point where they came over to Maidstone social media and started causing beef for even suggesting that that shouldn't have been the result. Also the fans in the crowd were not very nice either, the Cray Wanderers fans, telling the ref to eat pies and such. So not a lot of positive things to say about Cray Wanderers and their attitude at the game, to be honest, and actually a lot of their problems came from their lack of self-discipline. I think they picked up 3 yellow cards. Yeah, the result doesn't show the game, unfortunately, but that's football and that's what happens when you make mistakes.
Football is a cruel sport.
It's a cruel day, and like the goalkeeper she's got a good humour about things now. I'm not gonna dig her any more of a hole because we've moved on, but
Was there a howler?
it was a howler, yeah.
And we will put that clip in.
No, no, can't do that to Stevie. She's a great goalkeeper, but
Might be.
Comes short to Webster. 1-2 with Cole. Cole's crossing at the near post. Reese.
those goals they shouldn't have been conceded, but there we go. We
I
weren't
do.
clinical.
I did also say that I don't know if you said it, but I know you said it off camera. An unreal clearance off the line.
Unreal clearance off the line and complete.
What was the score? What was the score at that point? Was that
It was 2-0 still.
Down. Header across to Sarah White, who could be in if she can get a touch towards goal. And it's a brilliant clearance off the line there. Fantastic defending from Gilmore in the end. Sarah White has done everything except...
And credit to Cray Wanderers in that respect because they did defend really well and they blocked really well and they dug deep. So, you know, that last 20 minutes, it was boom, 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 you know, wave of attack after attack. So credit for them for keeping in the game. But the key message of that for Maidstone was clinicalness, and I think we came back with a bang in the next game in the first half. So we definitely worked on that.
we'll do the next game for the next week before I say what I'm gonna say, because then it'll make more sense. Because my thoughts last week aren't my thoughts this week.
Okay.
So yeah, 3 yellow cards for Cray.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their discipline was really poor, and that was costing them.
So you got no complaints about the referee not dishing out cards this week?
No, the referee was really good. I messaged you, didn't I? I said the referee was really good.
I just wanted it to be said on the podcast because you slaughter refs every week. So I thought, like,
The referee, what was his name? Dave Hooker. He was that's an unfortunate surname. He was best referee we've had this season. So
he might see this. I actually personally know Dave.
Dave, best referee we've had all season. So there you go.
I will send him this clip in our group chat.
I'm not saying he was, you know, like amazing and
Don't backhanded compliment him now. Just
it was good.
The best ref we've had all season, and
it was the best ref we've had this season.
There you go. Parkwood Rangers 1, Tunbridge Wells Foresters 6. Seems like
They had
you guys pissed them off the week before, and they took it out on Parkwood Rangers. Maisie Gibb and Lauren Underhill scoring a brace, and possibly 2 own goals.
I noticed their striker's still out. I don't know what's happened to her.
Who's the striker again?
Stokes. Remember she was
Annabelle Stokes.
She was racking it in at the beginning of the season, but she's been gone for a while now.
I don't know, maybe work or something like that. But again, we'll talk about Parkwood in a bit because I ref their game weekend just gone, as you know. I've just lost where I was. Oh, there we go. Sevenoaks Town 4, Woodcombe Sports 0.
This result surprises me actually. Sorry, I know we're not going in depth with them, but
Ellie George with a hat-trick before you carry on. And they went down to 10 players because someone got a red card. What was you going to say?
Oh, when was that red card in the game? That's a big...
Doesn't say. No, but the red card was to Sevenoaks Town.
Yeah.
And they still won 4-2.
Depends when that red card was. But I thought it'd be a bigger score for Sevenoaks Town.
Oh, that's what you meant by it surprised you.
Yeah, that's
I thought you meant it surprised you as in.
No. It sounds horrible, but I feel like we were actually a bit disappointed a little bit to only win 4-1 against Wickham.
You just ruined the next week of the podcast again.
No.
Who did you play this week?
Tonbridge Angels.
Oh, okay. I'll let you off.
That's an awful thing to say, but just from our own, we just felt like it should have been more goals for us. So
That's not an awful thing to say. If the chances were there and you didn't take them.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised Sevenoaks. I'm surprised it was 2-1 at half time anyway. But there you go.
Well, London Road played Margate. There's a 3-2 win there. Beacham Bells 1, Epsom and Ewell 2. Croydon 1, Dorking Wanderers Development 3. Farnham Town 2, Caution Athletic 0. Sutton United Reserves 0, Leatherhead Youth 3. Sheffield United 2, Faversham Strike Force 0. Let's Hanger Welfare. I don't know where they pulled this result from. 9, Biddenden 1.
Okay.
Alicia Connerby with 4 goals. Rosie Mae Bruce and Jasmine Richards with a brace. It looked like it was a bare 11 as well. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but it's surprising to me.
Well done, Bets Hannah.
Hold on.
That wasn't sarcastic, by the way.
I'm actually genuinely surprised by the result.
That's really good from Bets Hannah with a bare 11. Yeah, really, really someone to be proud of.
Yeah. Park Regis 2, Holland and Blair 1, Bromleyans 2, Danson Sports 2, Castle Colts 2, Tunbridge Wells Forest Seconds 4, Rebecca Mackley and Sesame Suds. Oh, well, apparently everyone that scored in this game got a brace. So Lauren Quinnell for Castle Colts, Rebecca Mackley and Sesame Suds for Tunbridge Wells. And both subs are also called Amelia. Fair enough. Really random stuff to be saying. Glebe got their first loss of the season. They were unbeaten going into this game. They lost 1-0 to Long Lane. Gravesham 1, Elsford Seconds 2. And my good friend Chloe Fowler with a brace. I did tell you before the season started, she's going to be one to look out for. And just to say the goals that she scored us on social media that she dedicated to her brother that she recently lost. So just condolences and hope everything is but yeah, Chloe scored 2 goals in that game. One of them ridiculous free kick.
Absolutely horrible. But if Chloe, you mentioned she's a very good player, she's scoring worldies from free kicks. Are Alsford struggling a little bit to only win 2-1?
Chloe is an unreal player. However, she, for one, is playing below her ability because of injury. She recently had her ACL reconstructed, had that whole surgery and everything.
Oh, wow. Can't get more top bins than that.
And from how far I was as well. But yeah, to everyone that's not watching, we'll put that in as well.
Yeah.
There was a Hersham derby last week. Walton and Hersham versus Hersham. And it ended in a 1-1 draw. A result that Jodie's not going to be happy about. Manacroft United played Egham Town. Egham Town lost 14-0 to Manacroft, who just seems to be running a riot in this league. Millie Dufton scored 6. Edith Schofield scored 2. And Isabella Ellis came off the bench to get a hat-trick. South Park played Guildford City. I don't think Guildford City have been doing too well this season. Susie King for Guildford got a brace. However, Layla Roberts with a hat-trick. And all the other girls at South Park getting the 3 points. Ash United played Guildford Saints. Oh, actually, I'm not too sure if it's Guildford Saints that aren't doing well with Guildford City now. But
they're both not doing well.
They're both not doing too well. Okay, fair enough. Ash United played Guildford Saints and both teams won each half 1-0. So the game ended 1-1. Oxford District seemed to be doing well, scoring, I think, 10 or 12 last week that I just read out before, and then 6-0 last week against Cranley. Chloe Robertson with a brace. Bay Point Seconds are having a torrid time. They had Hawkinge Town visit them. Bay Point Seconds 2 and Hawkinge Town 13. Megan Henderson with a hat trick. Liberty Pryor with a brace, and Lucy Hayes with a brace. Oh, and Amy Uden with a brace. Didn't see her there. Come off the bench. Betts Hunger Welfare 0. Folkestone and Victor 6. Which I'm sure Folkestone and Victor lost heavily the week before, but Chloe Tia Lloyd with a hat trick. Looks like they had the bare 11 as well. Lidtown 2, Ramsgate 0. Rosie Elliott and Paris Williams scoring for Lidtown. And I was going to say finally, but it might not be. Sellinge 1, Mersham Sports Club 3. That definitely wasn't finally because there's loads more. The Plough Whitstable played Sittingbourne. And it looks like this was a proper game. The Plough 4, Sittingbourne 5. Leslie Kay and Kira and Kiera John Cock with a brace. Jessica Fisher with a brace, and that girl again, Jade Pennell, with another brace. Seems like she's reeled it in, hasn't she? Scoring, what was it, 16 goals in 2 games, and then only 2 in this one. And looks like they had a bare 11 as well. Lennon Wanderers 0. Canterbury Eagles 10. Monica, is that 4 goals? Yeah, Monica scoring 4 goals. Beatrice scoring a hat trick, and Alex Allen with a brace. Woodcombe Sports Development are probably having just about as bad a time as Bay Point Seconds. They had Herne Bay Development for company and lost 15-0. But I think the story of that result is told on the score sheet. Have you seen it?
No, sorry.
Woodcombe Sports Development had 9 players.
Oh, really?
And they only had 9, and it looks like they invoked the agreement to have it 9v9 instead of 11. So Herne Bay only started with 9, even though they had 1, 2, 3, 4 subs.
Yeah.
So it was 9v9 game, so it was still even out on the pitch. But I think tired legs, Herne Bay Development got the better of them. Elena Brook with 5, Ruby Conaby with 4, Grace Leaks with 4 as well.
The thing is, I don't think Herne Bay Development should be in that league. Like at all. So I don't mean that in a dig at them, because if they've had to be in that league, they've had to be in that league. They've got to start from a league, but they shouldn't be in that league. And I think I backed them as my winner for that league at the start of the season. So, you know, that's partly not having players, but also partly just playing a really good team in that league. So
fair enough. Staplehurst Monarch United had Maidstone United Development over. Maidstone United getting a 2-1 win and a red card, straight red card it looks like, for Tori Watson. But they still managed to hold on and get the 3 points. Holland and Blair Reserves played Barmin. It was a 2-1 win for Holland and Blair. Gurren Anak played Angkorians again. Didn't they play each other last week? The week before?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure they did. But Gurren Anak winning 8-0. Amaninda with 4 and with a brace. Larkfield played New Ash Green. Larkfield got an 8-0 win with Taylor Mannering scoring 6. Tunbridge Wells Foresters thirds had over someone on this podcast's favourite team in this league, Borough Green. Borough Green winning 14-1. I don't understand, right? I'm going to say it now. What's happened over at Borough Green? Because I get it.
I warned you about this.
Yeah, I know, but I get they was in the Prem and they were getting Tonks massive score lines.
Yeah,
But now it's like they're too strong for this league that they've now dropped.
I know.
So is
Yeah.
the happy medium Div 1 or
They struggled in Division 1 though.
so what's going on? Because
They've
Kirsty
got a new
Blundell's got
player.
a hat trick,
Yeah,
Abigail
she's the
Davis scored 5,
new player.
and Megan Milton scored 4. So
Megan's always been there, Milton, but Abigail is a new player and she has scored a lot of goals this season.
it could be interesting come the end of the season.
I think they should be in Division 1. Definitely.
By the way they're going, they will be soon.
Yeah.
Crayford Arrows 1, Footscray Lioness is 3.
Let me show you this. I don't know if this is a really good goal or really poor defending and goalkeeping. I just sent it to you.
You know, this is going straight in the podcast, right? As I watch it, I'm going to try and line it up so it works.
I don't want to give Footscray the credit.
So, very good goal or bad defending. Let's have a look.
About near the halfway line. She's a really good player, Charlotte.
Should be saving that. I'm not having that.
You know what I mean?
Keepers should be saying, no, I'm not having that.
Also, I don't know if she's offside, but the second goal as well, the defending is Jake. Jake, sort it out. Watch the second goal right now.
Why didn't...
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, that defender she had no idea that player was there and just was too late to react.
I don't know how.
However, it doesn't seem to have made a difference because they still got the 3 points, right?
Footscray.
You're about to tell me that this isn't from this game I just spoke about, aren't you?
Footscray.
What you just sent me, that is from this game I just spoke about, right?
Yeah, Footscray. Crayford Arrows.
Okay, yeah. You keep saying Footscray. I'm like, yeah, but... All right, so it doesn't matter. They still got the 3 points anyway.
No. The team that scored, that I just showed you,
Yeah.
they got the 3 points.
Yeah, Footscray.
Yeah.
Yes. So oh wait,
You're saying it doesn't matter. Like, it does matter because letting that run, like, they lost the points.
Oh, I thought that was Cray that conceded that second goal.
Well,
Footscray.
No, Crayford Arrows. They're both called Cray, that's why it's confusing.
Oh. Okay,
No, I'm saying Jake because now it gets confusing. I used to play for Footscray.
You play for everyone.
I used to play for Junior Reds, which is now Crayford Arrows.
Oh, okay.
So my X team versus my XX team.
That's a inception of football, isn't it? As we go on to the next team, Junior Reds Roses. 1, Ide Hill 5, Holly James with a brace, and Becky Maxfield with a hat trick. And the last game from that week to bring us up to date is Orpington played Sevenoaks Town Development. Orpington losing 7-1. And Lucy Blackhorn with a brace, Sarah Hellaby with a hat trick. So now we are up to date. We can talk about the results from yesterday.
Finally.
Cray Wanderers 1, Sevenoaks Town 4. So this result definitely doesn't sit very nice with you now, does it? Because you lost to Cray as well.
There's no team. There's no team.
There isn't.
Loaded, which is really annoying because I want to see. I'm gonna guess that the goal was scored by Katie Jackson, but might not be.
But however, you said you should have beaten Cray.
Yeah.
And that would have put you close to the Sevenoaks Town. Sevenoaks Town are top, unbeaten.
Yeah.
When do you play Sevenoaks? Have you played Sevenoaks?
We have. It was our first league game.
Oh.
I know, fuming about that as well.
What was the score?
5-2.
Oh, fair enough. But that's the end of that conversation then. So you haven't played him to
Not as bad as 4-1.
Huh?
Not as bad as 4-1.
5-2.
It's a 3-goal deficit, not. Oh wait.
Yeah,
Moving on.
that's all good.
We'll just edit that out.
We were just looking at the results. Every game in the Prem of this division had a big scoreline, like a convincing win. So
Yeah, that's what I said.
Parkwood Rangers London Road was a 4-0 win to London Road. I refereed this game. If I'm honest, the difference was the finishing.
Yeah. I think Park would have a stronger defense than they do attack.
So Rachel McCarthy and Beth Shrubsole, the captain, both got a brace each. To be fair, Beth was solid.
She's good. I like
Yeah,
that.
she was solid throughout the game. Managed the team well.
Yeah, I've got big respect for Beth.
And Rachel McCarthy as well. I hope if Rachel does listen to this, I'm not getting this wrong, but I said to her boyfriend who was on the side watching that, well, he said to me, he was like, the kind of person that she is, she would do that in a cup final at 0-0.
That's sweet. It is.
Okay, so your managers, right?
Yeah, well, obviously, no.
So your managers, right? It's 0-0 cup final. Someone goes down with a head injury. You've got the ball in front of goal. You could just take the shot because the ref hasn't blown the whistle, and you stop. What do your managers say to you after that?
I'd never get back in the Gallagher ever again. I wouldn't do it at that. To be honest, I probably wouldn't do it. I wouldn't stop.
There we go. And this was my point.
It's sweet that she did, because if I don't stop, then I'm putting the pressure on the ref that's taking it. I'm not the problem. The referee, they can deal with the criticism.
Well, that was my thing. So Rachel, she was in for a hat trick as well.
Well, she made your life easy, put it that way.
Yeah. But
to be honest, I don't think Parkwood are the kind of team that would kick off about it either. So really, you kind of had to teams.
They were quite vocal. There weren't nothing. It wasn't nothing bad. Like there was nothing that I was like, oh, they're a rowdy bunch or anything.
The players, not the management team.
Across the pitch, to be fair,
really?
They were calling for quite a bit, but nothing more than any other teams do. I wouldn't put them down as a quiet team. They got around their own players. They backed them up. If they thought it was a foul, they let me know in their own special way they thought it was a foul. But no, the game itself is actually good. Like I said, I think the difference was finishing. I think the Parkwood Rangers players just need to take a breath when they're in that final third, take a touch to set themselves, and then get a decent connection on the ball and a decent shot. Because I felt like during the game there was too many times where it would fall to one of them in the area, and they were just like, "How can I get rid of this as quick as possible? Like I need to do something right now," and like sort of panicked when the time came. But yeah, it was a good game all round. Parkwood actually played quite intricate, good passing football. Like they've got Talisha or T, the ex-Dartford reserves keeper.
Yes, she's really good.
She was.
She's really good.
And
I'm so glad you said that, because I couldn't think where I knew her from.
Yeah, and apparently they got another player from Dartford, but hasn't officially signed yet. She didn't play yesterday, but
probably not as many as Maidstone. But yes, I'm glad you said that, because I couldn't work out where I knew her from, and she's a really good goalkeeper.
But she had a really good game. Again, despite the 4-0, she did have a good game. I don't think any goal she could do much about. But no, there was a moment in the game where they played out from the goalkeeper, but they were being pressed quite hard, and they managed to just play passes in between the London Road players and just play themselves out of trouble and turn out, and they were on the attack, and they played, like I said, they played really good football. And London Road similarly played exactly the same style. All the players knew what they wanted to do, and yeah. So moving on from my game. I got through that game with no yellow cards as well. I thought I might need to, but I didn't.
They got yellow cards against it.
Now you can talk us through this one. Maidstone United 5, Tunbridge Angels 1. Goal scorers Sarah White with a hat-trick. Annie White scoring goals now.
Yeah, head off.
But it is Manctelo who was fouled. He's going to swing the free kick in right-footed. In at the near post on her own, and it's flicked in. Annie White makes it 2-0.
I suppose I better talk about her, otherwise she's going to be angry with me, ain't she, if I don't mention that she scored. Talk to me.
It was actually the 5 goals were actually scored in the first half. I think it was 2 goals in like 15 minutes or something.
Up the channel, nice little ball in field, cut out well by Annie White to Sarah White. Got Ascot running down the right wing, a good pass. She's got 2 square. Wilkinson's one of them, Colpitt the other. Does come to Wilkinson. Colpitt on the left foot, fantastic strike, and Maidstone lead. Brilliant finish from Colpitt, 6 minutes gone. Wilkinson finds Colpitt in space, and Colpitt picks out the top corner with a delightful finish over the stranded Ashley Rhodes. And the Stones have an early lead. First time back to Colpitt to take that throw in. White on the side of the box. Manages to turn her defender. She's going to strike for the hat-trick. It's in! Oh, brilliant! Fantastic finish from White, and it's 5 for the Stones, a 5-star.
Do you know what? Like, Tunbridge Angels are a really good team, and they had their chances. And I don't want to try and say what they were thinking, because I don't know what they're thinking. I like the management team. I like Joe. I like Danny. I like the players at Tunbridge Angels. I think maybe they underestimated Maidstone. I don't know. They had a full squad. They had full subs. So it didn't look like they were missing key players. I couldn't think of any players. One player I rate very highly wasn't in that squad that plays for them, but that's their decision. She was there at the game though. I think maybe they underestimated Maidstone, and Maidstone were quick off the block from the first whistle, and once the 2 goals went in, they just kept coming in. And then it was really weird because obviously 5 goals in the first half were buzzing, and then this was our first win at home and first win against since we started drawing a bit of a crowd, although it was our smallest crowd on Sunday. And it felt like a lot of pressure, I think, and it was weird because the second half we just didn't really. I didn't feel like we could enjoy it. Like, it actually felt like squeaky bum time. Like, imagine being 5-0 up and feeling like it's squeaky bum time. Like, it was just pressure, and I think there was quite a lot of nervousness. So yeah, it was really weird. It's not all cracked up to what it's meant to be, 5-0. But yeah, Tonbridge did get the goal in the second half, and I'd say they deserved it. Yeah.
I think the squeaky bum time probably comes from you wanting to keep a clean sheet, no?
Yeah, I think so. There was quite a lot of pressure from the coaches for a clean sheet. So
yeah, so because I suppose once that's the 2 things you want in the game. You want the 3 points, and then you want a clean sheet. So you want to score your goals. So once you've killed the game off at half-time at 5-0, then I almost guarantee that someone at half-time said, let's keep a clean sheet.
and I think
So
ruined the psyche a little bit.
But a good win nonetheless. We'll look at the league table before we do the fixtures. A team in your division that did manage to score 5 and did manage to keep a clean sheet was Margate.
Team we're playing next.
Page Gooden with a brace. Looks as if they played Kings Hill, sorry, had no subs and bare 11. Yeah. Tunbridge Wells, Woodcombe Sports, had Tunbridge Wells. Tunbridge Wells getting a 6-1 win, although for some reason it says at halftime it was 3-0 to Woodcombe Sports. I'm assuming it was 3-0 to Tunbridge Wells at halftime. Lauren Underhill with a brace, and again, still no mention of Miss Stokes there.
Yeah.
Maybe she's injured. Who knows? Into the Surrey Prem. Carlton Athletic 5, Leatherhead Youth 0. A brace for Ella Bale. Epsom Renewal 1, Sutton United Reserve, 2. Altafinians 1, Croydon FC. I almost said Croydon United then. Croydon FC 3. Zagora Bore with a brace. If I've said that name correct, I'm sick. Faversham Strikeforce 2, Biddenden 2, Gemma Rathmel with a brace for Biddenden. Holland and Blair 7. Bay Point can't catch a break, can they? Either team. Holland and Blair 7, Bay Point 1. 7 different goal scorers. 5 different goal scorers and possibly 2 own goals. That's just an assumption we've come up with when we can't find the goal amongst the team. That's an own goal from the other team.
It does say goal. Oh yeah, they've scored 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the other 2, so.
Margate Youth Development 1, Park Regis 4, Shannon Burden with a brace. Betts Hanger Welfare I can't get this team. I can't gauge this team anymore. Betts
So
Hanger
I'm
Welfare.
gonna shout out Park Regis. I know I said they shouldn't be in this league, but they played with 10 players against 11. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Against 11.
And won 4-1. And the other team had a full squad to that. Okay.
The other team had 5 subs. But Park Regis shouldn't be in that league, so.
And if there was ever a time that I would agree with you, it's now, because that is crazy.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to highlight that.
You interrupt me, Jodie. It's like a favourite pastime for you. Betts Hanger Welfare, who I don't know if I keep mixing up this team and their reserves or what, but
yeah.
So are Betts Hanger Welfare doing well in their league then, or are they inconsistent and I'll keep getting the wrong teams mixed up? Because Betts Hanger Welfare beat Sheffield United 5-3.
Betts Hanger Welfare Development are doing well in their league.
So Betts Hanger Welfare aren't, and they're inconsistent, is what you're saying. Because I'm trying to gauge this team, whether they're doing well with the results or if they're doing badly, but they seem to score loads and then concede loads, and I don't know. I don't know who scored for Sheffield United because they haven't put their lineup on there.
Yeah, do you know what? That's actually a really good result for Betts Hanger. It's really weird because last season they were like top of the league or like second in the league. They actually beat Maidstone. I'm gonna actually put that out there. They beat us last season. It was horrible. My manager walked off and it was carnage. Yeah, I had a great game. So I'm really surprised that Betts Hannah are struggling this season, but that's a great result for them because Sheppey are second, and if it wasn't for Park Regis, probably would be first.
Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. I've just seen. Hold on. Remember we said about snitching on teams and getting teams fined and stuff, right?
Oh, go on. Go on.
Dancing Sports 3, Tunbridge Wells Forest is second, 6, right?
Oh no.
Evie Craze with a brace. Charlotte Ferry with a brace. Rebecca Mackley with a brace. Rachel Benson scored for Tunbridge Wells Foresters. And so did Camilla.
Yeah. What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How long is her ban supposed to be? I mean, it's literally the next week, so
I was just looking at it.
That's a really good spot. There's no getting around it.
There is getting around it.
Is there?
I sent her off 2 weeks ago. She served her match ban last week.
How long is the ban? Is it just 1 week?
2 yellows and a red is 1 week.
Oh, okay.
I literally thought, I looked at it and I thought,
I would have been surprised, to be honest. Stuart doesn't strike me as someone that would do that.
no, because I literally got a phone call asking me if I sent off Tunbridge Wells play because Stuart wasn't sure whether or not it had gone through.
Oh,
So
right.
when I saw that, I was thinking, did you ask if I'd sent the player off and then play the player anyway?
Yeah. Yeah, no. 2 weeks later, drama over.
Drama over.
I really didn't want to be part of that then.
Stuart, I'm sorry that I ever questioned your morals and credibility.
You should send that to him.
He's gonna hate me now. Well, moving on. Castle Colts 0, Glebe 4. And it looks as if KD Cartwright wasn't in the squad, so maybe that injury was a bit more serious than we thought originally. Bear in mind it's 2 weeks later. Jody Driscoll with a brace though. Long Lane continue winning, although the games are closer. Looks like my good friend Demi is back at Long Lane now. Demi Brown over there, as Long Lane win 2-1 against Gravesham. Yes,
I feel like I know Demi. But she used to play for like a team much higher.
she played for Borden. I think she played for West Ham at one point.
Yeah, I think I do know her.
I think it was Borden Sports. No, when Borden Sports just changed over to Welling.
Yeah.
Because before Welling was Welling, they were under Borden Sports and they were supposed to merge with Long Lane, but for whatever reason they didn't.
Do you know what? I bet that was a really spicy game, that Long Lane game.
Well, against Gravesham.
Yeah. I bet that would have been hard to ref.
Well, so they had a bare 11 as well, but they got the result anyway. So well done, Demi, and the girls over there. I just sent you the profile.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't realize that she was like, kind of famous, but
When she went on Love Is Blind, like her followers went mad because she done so well. She's doing a lot for like self-care and women's health and stuff like that with endometriosis, and like awareness around that. So she's one of the few people that I can say has got a massive following and is actually doing something positive with her following that's not really like self-involved, if that makes sense.
No, I would have met her at around like 2021, but
What's that, COVID?
yeah, like as football was coming back.
Yeah, so she would have been at Borden.
Yeah, she was training at Long Lane and I was training at Long Lane. But she really stood out to me. Like the fact
She's
that
a baller.
the fact that I just remember she was also very confident. And I don't mean like arrogant, but she was just like very confident. So it doesn't surprise me that she's kind of got a
She's a baller. She's got standards and she expects to perform to those standards. And yeah, we done a charity tournament because she went to Tanzania. She done some charity work in Tanzania as well before all the TV stuff come up and all before that. It's what she's done for a couple of years, I believe. And yeah, she done a charity game with Dad's v daughter, so she played her dad's vets team, and even that was down at Long Lane. Borden obviously played at Long Lane as well, so I think it's just a local team. She knows the guys down there, so it makes sense, doesn't it?
fair enough.
Pets Wood 1, Bromleyans 3.
This is probably one of the biggest shocks of this league, this of all the divisions this season. Petswood for me.
You know what? I told you, innit? I was supposed to referee this game,
Yeah.
but the kickoff time didn't work. So I was supposed to get taken off of the London Road Parkwood Rangers game and then put onto this one.
It says they have. Oh, did they play 9? Oh, what are these team sheets, man? What is going on? It says they have.
Yeah, it says that they play 10 and they've got 6 subs.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you ever see how you have to mark it down on full time, you'll see why it's messed up.
Mm.
But Freya Salkeld with Is that an I or an L? I can't even see this far away from my screen. Yeah, Faircycle with a brace. Wharton Hersham, nil. Manacroft 2, which I think is a decent result for Wharton Hersham, to be honest, because Manacroft have been put in double digits past other teams. So I'm inclined to say that's a good result there. 3 yellow cards for Manacroft, though. Hersham took on Moseley Athletic with what I think is the shock result of all of these games. Remember, Moseley are the team that scored won the first game 28-0.
Yeah, but was it against Egham? No.
It was, but they also have had big results. Look at Moseley's results so far this season. And then Hersham winning 3-1, Jackie Holmes with a brace.
Interesting.
Cranley played Milford and Whitley in a 3-3 draw. Sophie Stevens with a brace for Cranley. Rebecca Singleton with a brace for Milford and Whitley. Wait. Okay, I'm not sure if Genevieve Churton scored or Leanne Maynard scored, but Cranley have put down 4 goal scorers, but only put 3 goals.
Again, got just an eye to the detail. Shout out to Milford and Whitley because it looks like they only had 10 players, so really well done, to be honest. Something to be proud of.
Yeah. But I think if you've got 10 players, you can choose to play with 9. So why wouldn't you do that? I know both teams have to agree, so maybe the other team said no.
Yeah, they probably said no.
And then still drew anyway. Well, I'm assuming that they drew because it says 3-3, but they've put down 4 goal scorers. So maybe they did win 4-3. I don't know.
I think Cranley probably just made a mistake there.
Fair enough. On to the Guildford derby, which looks like it was a ridiculous game.
Derby.
Huh?
It was a derby.
Yeah.
Look at the half time as well.
Guildford City at half time was losing 4-3 to Guildford Saints. But at full time, Guildford City won 6-5.
That was the game to be at this week of all games. That must have been horrendous to ref. The Guildford derby from a 4-3 half time to a 6-5 finish for the other team. That is football. That is what football is about.
I can't tell you who scored for Guildford City, but I can tell you that Sally McKendry scored all 5 goals for Guildford Saints.
Also, was it 9?
And Guildford Saints only had 9 players. So I don't know if they played 9v9 or what's happened there, but
it's actually crazy.
Oxford District again.
This is a shocking result as well.
Do you think?
Yeah, I do.
Oxford District 10, South Park 0.
Because I know Oxford and District are dominating at the moment, but South Park have been a fairly decent team this season. So I think to lose 10-0 is quite a battering.
Rebecca Bays with a hat-trick, Kaylee Stenning with 5. Well, we'll look at the leagues in a second, but that's those. Do you know what the next? Oh God,
that league that week probably wins.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That league for that week is crazy.
Yeah.
Into Kent Division 2 East, Betshanger Welfare Development took on Selinge. Betshanger losing out 4-3. Molly Lightfoot with another brace. Bay Point Seconds had Folkestone and Victor. Half time was 7-0 to Folkestone and Victor. They didn't do a Maidstone in the second half. They went out and scored another 8 goals in the second half. 15-0 final score with Rebecca Eve Goodhand with a brace, Chloe Tia Lloyd with a hat trick, Hayley Terrell with 4, and Nia Commons with a hat trick.
Brace.
What? Oh yeah, with a brace. My bad. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One team had 11, one team had 12, but 15-0 is crazy. And Folkestone and Victor aren't even, I don't believe they're even top of their league, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Fair enough. By a long way, or is it? Well, we'll talk
No,
about it.
they're equal points with Solange, but they've got a big goal difference. I mean, obviously after that,
Well,
that's actually going to
yeah.
bump up a lot.
So, Mersham Sports Club 2, Lid Town 2.
Yeah, sounds like a good game.
And then we've got Ramsgate 2, Hawkinge 3. Megan Henderson with a brace. They have put the minutes of these goals, but apparently they was all scored in the first minute. So they haven't done it properly. Canterbury Angels 3, the Plough Whitstable 2. A brace from Beatrice Linares. Faversham Town 4, Staplehurst Monarchs 0. A brace from Claudia Bielinska. Definitely said that wrong, so apologies if I did. I can't tell you who scored. Oh, no one scored for Staplehurst Monarchs. Fair enough. Sittingbourne 14, Lenham Wanderers 0.
Jade with 6.
Jade, relax, please. Come on.
Team called Maidstone. No, I'm joking.
You lot don't need any help scoring goals. 1, 2, yeah, she scored 6 goals again. Beth Roger with a hat trick. Can you do a quick fact checking exercise and find out how many goals Jade Pennell has scored this season, considering they've played about 4 or 5 games?
Do you want to do a prediction?
No, because you've already looked.
No, I know, I just meant you do a prediction.
I'm going to say she's on 18.
You got one of the numbers right. She's on 28.
Sorry?
Yeah.
What? Wait, hold on. How many games has she played?
5.
28 goals in 5 games. Oh, she scored 10 in that game, didn't she?
Cole Palmer. If you're not doing this, listen, you need to start getting some celebrations, some interesting ones.
28 goals in 5 games.
Yeah.
As another player in that league, what do you even like say? Oh yeah, I want to try and get Golden Boot. What's your motivation now? Because
I know my motivation as a manager for any of the other teams would to put 2 or 3 defenders even on top of just her.
no, but she could stop scoring now and probably win Golden Boot.
Yeah. Probably.
28 goals in 5 games. That if she carries on, she'll be on almost 60 goals in 2.5 months.
This is another to be fair, they've got Herne Bay Development in their league though, so that will be saucy because both of those teams shouldn't be in that league. And there can only be one winner.
But what you haven't seen, Miss Eye for Detail, Lenham Wanderers had 10 players.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, it doesn't excuse Jade scoring 6 goals. I still think that. In the first half again as well. What? Jade, come on. Ruining people's Sundays. Do you think she just plays the first half and it goes to work or something? Or like...
Does a marathon like Georgia.
Yeah, it does marathon and just... I want to know how many goals she scored in the first half.
6.
No, as in her games.
Oh,
even if all those 28 goals were in the first half, then
yeah, I'm not working.
Her game to goal ratio is disgusting. That's ridiculous. Anyway, Barmin Town played Guru Nanak and Barmin lost 4-1. Can't see who scored for Barmin because they haven't put the team in. But Sarah Goodall with a brace. Tunbridge Foresters, thirds, getting no respite. Holland and Blair reserves beating them 5-0. The score was 5-0 at half time. I can tell you who scored the goals for Holland and Blair. Even I don't know how they've done that, but Lee Winchester with a brace, Summer Rose, and Mia Hatton, and I'm assuming the other one was an own goal.
It's just a mess on there, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not even substitutes; it's just others.
Yeah.
Whatever. Footscray Lioness is 3, Ideal 2. Harriet Sullivan again on there. And Lauren Ella with a brace. This is a shocking result for me.
Yes.
Well, to be honest, the next two results are a shock for me. Because I've seen the one below that as well.
Right, yeah. Okay, with you.
Old Peppies 1, Sevenoaks Town Development 1.
This is more of a shock, this game, because I really want to know how many players Sevenoaks Development had.
Well, we'll never know.
Because what the heck?
What a result for Old Peppies, to be fair. Like
Yeah.
you can only play whoever's out in front of you. But yeah, that's happy for him. Went out there, got the goal. It looks like they scored in the last couple minutes as well. So on to the next result. And for the first time on the podcast, I can say you would 8-2 beat Orpington FC. Junior Reds Roses beating Orpington, and I think I can see why.
Mm-hmm.
They beat them 8-2. Sydney Dial with 4. Mercedes Levy with a brace. There was a straight red card by the looks of things for a Chelsea Clark, which, depending on the time of that red card, is potentially why a already struggling Orpington team lost 8-2.
Yeah, it's a shame that that's the case because it has such a red cards have such a huge impact, and it's just such a letdown for the rest of the team as well.
Depending on what
The
it
thing
was.
is with Orpington as well, it surprises me because I've spoken to Orpington and they used to be really rough and they used to get red cards all the time and have fights. And they've tried really hard to change their image and they've tried really hard to completely turn that around. So it's a shame to see that, really.
Yeah, but to be fair, that red card could have been a last player tackle.
Yeah, it might not have been.
It could have been a handball on the line.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have been anything.
That's true.
But the last result is Farnham Town 5, Havant and Waterlooville 3 in the FA Cup.
Ah, I was going to say, where'd you get that from?
Yeah, that game's in the FA Cup. So Farnham Town going through into the next round of the FA Cup. I also just realised that you can see me rubbing my stomach. We'll attempt to leave that bit out. Farnham Town through to the next round of the FA Cup. So well done to Farnham Town. I don't know who they will have in the next round because I don't actually see who drawn who. However, Farnham Town have drawn London Bees in the next round of the FA Cup. They got through to the first round proper. So either way, there's going to be a decent payout. Farnham Town, London Bees.
Yes. Thrashing, do you think?
With all due respect, I think London Bees would give. What league of fun? They have to be in the top division for in the Prem of yours, right?
Top division of Tier 7, so top division of the bottom league.
And London Bees so they played Stenning Town Community. And Stenning Town are London South Eastern Regional, and they beat them 3-0, 6-0. Sorry.
Okay.
It's going to be a long day, I think, in the most respectful way. So I'm not going to go through the leagues, just a mindful of time. So we'll jump straight into the fixtures for next. Right, so London Road versus Sevenoaks Town. Yes, that can be game of the week. Margate play Maidstone. Cray Wanderers take on Woodcombe Sports. Tonbridge Angels take on Parkwood Rangers. Am I refereeing that game? Oh no, I'm not. Dorking Wanderers Development take on Farnham Town. Croydon take on Leatherhead Youth. Sutton United Reserves take on Beecham Bells. Deal Town take on Sheppey United. Faversham Stratforce do not take on Park Regis because that's been postponed. Petswood take on Danson Sports, which is the game that I'm refereeing. Glebe take on Gravesham. Tunbridge Wells Foresters Seconds take on Elsford Seconds, which could be a good game. Cranley versus Guildford Saints. Merchant Sports take on Folkestone and Victor, two teams that have been scoring quite a lot of goals recently. Lennon Wanderers take on the Plough Whitstable. Maidstone United Development have Gallagher Stadium all to themselves this weekend as they take on Staplehurst Monarchs. Sevenoaks Town Development take on Footscray Lionesses. And then it's County Cup time. So Bay Point take on Betshanger Welfare. Margate Youth Development take on Canterbury Angels. New Ash Green take on Borough Green. Battle of the Greens. Ramsgate take on Faversham Town. Sittingbourne take on Sillinge. Lyd Town take on Hawkinge Town. And Corries take on Holland and Blair Reserves.
What is this cup? Because none of the Prem divisions are in it.
Kent Women's Plate, so the Prem won't be in that one because you got the one above it.
Okay.
This was the cup of the final that I ref last season.
No, it couldn't have been.
It was Kent Women's Plate.
No, because it had Tunbridge Wells Foresters.
And it had Petswood. Because I think if you get knocked out of a certain round of the Upper Cup, you drop into this one.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I concede. You're correct.
Herne Bay Development take on Larkfield. Old Tiffinians take on Epsom and Ewell. Bromleyans take on Wandsworth Borough. Civil Service. Oh, wait, hold on. We've skipped cups now. Sorry. Capital Women's Cup intermediate section. So these are mixed leagues, which is interesting, actually, because of what I spoke to you about earlier. Bromleyans take on Wandsworth Borough Women's, also obviously from Greater London. Civil Service from Greater London take on Old Peppies. Guildford. This is a Capital Women's Cup junior section, as I said before. Long Lane take on Hersham. Milford and Whitley take on Clapham United from Greater London. Oxted District take on Catering Pumas under 18s. South Park take on Moseley Athletic. I think they just played each other as well, didn't they? Probably wrong. Wharton and Hersham take on Ash United. And then it's all repeated again underneath there.
Yeah, it's weird as well because the Division 2 teams have their own cup that's like starts out as like group stages and then which is new, it's brand new. So that will be interesting. I think it's to get them more fixtures, which is fair enough.
Fair. Yeah, that is it. Luck for all the teams in this cup game that I've never heard of before. I'm going to do some homework. Who have you got again?
Margate.
I expect you to win that.
I won't jinx anything. I hope so. Do you know what? Margate used to be a really good team last season. I don't really know what's going on. I think they might be playing some games that haven't fell their way as well, like the Cray Wanderers game did for us. So they have had really close games. It's not like 3-2 2-1, 3-2. So their last 3 games, they've lost by 1 goal.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're getting thrashed.
Oh, that's how it is, isn't it? But yeah, especially to win that one. I'm reffing Pets with Dancing Sports. Again, I think I spoke about this game before. I reffed them last season or the season before. But it looks like it might go a different way this time with how Pets would have started out. This version, now that we've changed the layout, is probably going to be out before London South East Regional and Never One. But also, guys, in this section, I have now started a Twitter for the podcast, a standalone one, to keep up to date with scores, what's going on, the podcast, any new things coming up, which, fingers crossed, I will have some news shortly. But it's quite under wraps at the moment. And Jody and my other colleague on the podcast, Sean, have no idea that they're going to be involved in it as well as podcast members. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, enjoy the football and we shall see you all next week.
Yes. Good luck,
Cheers,
everyone.
Jody. See you later.
Yeah. Bye.